Guys, we are back for a product review, and today we're going to be reviewing this, the Zhiyun Smooth 4. It's a 3-axis smartphone stabilizer or gimbal. Before we go any further, just a quick disclaimer. Banggood.com reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in reviewing a product on my channel, and I said I'd be interested in a gimbal for a smartphone because I thought a lot of you guys that watch my channel would be interested. So they sent this out to me in exchange for doing a review. Any thoughts and opinions on this gimbal when we use it are entirely my own. So hopefully I can give you a balanced review, give you the good points and things which maybe need improving on or that you should be aware of. So with the disclaimer done, let's get in and unbox it. So I did ask for this specific model when I was looking for a gimbal, and they asked me what gimbal I wanted. It comes with this nice case here, which you can use to obviously store the gimbal, or use it if you're traveling, pop it in your suitcase so it doesn't get damaged. So it contains the gimbal itself, a detachable tripod, and then the charging cable there. So let's get it out of the box. Screw it together, and then we can have a look at some of the features. And then what I thought we might do is we'll look at some of the features, and then I'll do some test clips just showing you the different features outdoors with the gimbal as well. So the tripod screws into the bottom. This is one of the things that caught my eye. A lot of gimbals don't have a built-in tripod. So yeah, there it is there. So what I might do is we'll reposition the video camera, and we'll put my smartphone in and we'll turn it on and yeah, go through the layout and some of the buttons. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, so I've already popped my smartphone in to the cradle here. So it's got sliding like jaws with some nice cushioning inside. So you pull those out, put your phone in, and then it holds the phone really smoothly. The cushioning will stop any damage being done to your phone. So currently the gimbal is in a lock position, so before we turn it on we just swing it counterclockwise, and what you need to do first is just check that the smartphone is balanced in the gimbal or in the cradle correctly. So it should be horizontal like that. If it's not, there's a screw on the back. You can adjust the arm in and out to get it nice and balanced. So I've already done that, so now we can turn the gimbal on. So we just hold the power button for about 3 or 4 seconds and then it will burst into life. So there's basically 2 parts to the gimbal that I'm going to show you, or 2 sections I should say. So out of the box, once you balance your phone and turn the gimbal on, it's effectively ready to go. So this is working totally independent of the phone, and then you can also get a couple of apps for the phone to get to use more of the features on the gimbal. So it's got a wheel here and some buttons and other features. But what I thought I'd do first, because a lot of people just want a gimbal and they're not worried about apps, so I thought I'd show some video clips or show you the 4 standard buttons that come on the gimbal or functions, and then just show you some video clips associated with those. So I'll just get in a little bit closer. So on the front, as a standalone unit, you've got the PF, pan follow switch, and then a lock switch. And then on the back you have a trigger, so you can press and hold it up or press and hold it down. That gives you another 2 features, so that's 4 features. So what I thought we might do is we will cut over to some video clips, and in the video clips I explain basically what each of the 4 features does, and I'll show you that in action. So yeah, we'll do that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you a couple of other features with the free app that you get with the gimbal. So we will see you shortly. Cheers guys. Okay, so the first test clip is using the pan follow mode. which is the switch on the front of the gimbal labeled PF. So this basically allows you to walk around and the gimbal will pan left and right. So there's no tilting up and down on this this mode, but it's probably the mode that most people use often. Good at the beach here where you don't need to tilt up and down, just have the gimbal following you. So yeah, that's the pan follow mode. You can obviously lower your arm or raise it to get a higher shot. Okay, the next mode is the lock mode, so it locks all three axes on the gimbal. So it's the L button on the front of the gimbal. So what this does is it basically locks the camera in place. So currently I'm moving left and right, but the camera is staying pointed in the same way, which is good if you want to keep locked on a particular subject and maybe move around slightly. So yeah, that's the lock mode. Okay, the next mode I'll show you is the follow mode. So this is the bottom trigger on the back of the gimbal, and if you hold that, not only does it do the pan left and right, but if you tilt the gimbal up, it will look up towards the sky, and obviously when you point it down, it will point down as well. So this is good if maybe you're in an area with tall buildings, or in this case we've got some trees. You want to have a look up there, or maybe something down on the ground, a lump of wood. So yeah, basically gives you full flexibility. So yeah, that's the follow mode. And also, if you double click the follow mode button, it will recenter itself. Probably just seen there. Okay, and lastly, the last of the four modes built into the actual gimbal itself, so all these things I'm showing you don't require an app, is the top button on the back, and that is the phone go mode. So it's like the follow mode, which I just showed you, but it tightens up the motors and just keeps you on the action. So if I can turn quite sharply, and the gimbal will follow a lot faster than it does in the standard follow mode, which is probably great if you've got some action shots, you're following some sports, or you've got some children playing, you want to keep the camera focused on them. So you can see it's just sort of snaps around a lot quicker. Yeah, it can go quite fast, and it was around pretty fast, so yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those clips just going over the standalone features or functions of the gimbal. But if you want to do a few more things, you can download a free app called ZY Play. It's the only free app available on Android and iOS that integrates with this gimbal. There is a paid one as well called Filmic Pro, but that's about $15 US, so I haven't tried that out. But anyway, I've downloaded the ZY Play, and then it connects to your gimbal via Bluetooth. And now that's connected to the gimbal, so it basically looks like a camera app, which essentially it is. You've got access to all these buttons, etc. So you've got a menu button, you can flip the camera around. You've got a button or wheel here to zoom in and out. You've got access to your save video clips. You've got your record button. You've got a button to take a still shot or a photo. And also you can turn off the display, turn on and off the display of the what's currently happening with the exposure, etc. So yeah, that's basically what the app does. It gives you more control from the gimbal itself, so you don't have to be touching your screen. I don't want to be going into all the features in depth in this video. It's just really a quick review, but there were two features of the ZY Play app that I thought would be of interest to you. First is something called motion time-lapse. So if we press the menu button, and we can go into camera, and then you've got all your different options here. You've got you can do panoramas, slow-mo, a normal time-lapse, but you can also do a thing called a motion time-lapse. So it's like a standard time-lapse, but you set a start position and end position, and the gimbal will pan across while doing the time-lapse. So that's a cool feature, and I've actually got a video clip to show you of that. So we'll cut to that, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the other, what I think is the other cool feature of this ZY Play app and what makes it worth downloading and using in conjunction with the gimbal. So we'll be back shortly. Cheers, guys. So the other main feature that caught my eye and will be of interest to you guys hopefully is the object tracking. So we're still on the tripod here, and on the front screen here there's a button there you can press for object tracking, and then what you do is you can draw or drag your finger around an object, in this case my face. And then once you let go, as you can see almost immediately, the app and the gimbal will follow your movements. So this could be good if you're doing a presentation or a demonstration. So I think if I bob down, yep, still following my face. So yeah, as you can see, it seems to do a better job of tracking faces or people. You can use it with actual objects as well, but I think in most cases you'll probably use it on a person. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool feature, and that is totally unique to the ZY Play app. I don't think there's any other apps available that integrate with this gimbal that do that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's hopefully a fairly quick overview of the gimbal and what it can do standalone and with the ZY Play app, the couple of standout features there. So just thought I'd wrap up with some final thoughts, and also I've got some links below on where you can get this gimbal through Banggood, and I think for the next week they've given me a link to a special price on the gimbal, so check that out after the video. But overall, very happy with the way the gimbal's performed. It's got a real nice feel to it. Seems to be a really good build quality. I really like the fact that you've got the screw-in tripod, which you can close up. You can take it out if you want, but I think just leaving it in and then unfolding the legs when you need to stand it down is a great feature, which a lot of gimbals don't have. The 11-hour battery life is fantastic. Because I'm a bit of an amateur videographer, I'm probably going to use it mainly without the ZY Play app. I'm just going to use the 4 basic control buttons that I showed you earlier. And I think if you look at it from that perspective, it is a fantastic gimbal. I think for the price it's a very good deal. Takes very good quality smooth footage and pretty much does everything I want. I'm going to be using it for video logs or doing beer reviews. I go to car shows, so I'll be able to go around the cars and get hopefully some nice smooth shots. Just a couple of things you should be aware of. The ZY Play app, from what I understand, works better with iOS or Apple phones than it does with Android. On Android, some of the features are locked. I don't know the reasons behind that, but I understand that Zhiyun are trying to get Android to give them more access to the Android operating system to get better integration between the phone and the gimbal. But like the couple of features I showed you work fine. You know, you can just use it to the ZY Play app to record video clips as well. Also, you might want to just check the compatibility of the your phone with the ZY Play app. I'll put a link to the compatibility or what phones are compatible with it. I think it's a pretty wide range, but something you possibly need to be aware of. If you're not using the ZY Play app, as I said earlier, you can use the gimbal standalone with any phone that will fit in the cradle that's under that 210 gram limit. So if you're not interested in the apps at all, the Filmic Pro or the free ZY Play, then there'll be no compatibility issues because you're not linking the phone through Bluetooth to the gimbal, so that won't be a concern. But overall, I'm very, very happy. That will be the only things. Just check out that your phone is compatible. I've had a couple of issues where it's lost, the ZY Play app's lost connection with the gimbal, but I've basically just had to go back to the home screen and just reconnect the ZY Play app. To me, that's pretty minor. If you're looking for a more professional app, something a little bit more stable, I've seen quite a few videos on YouTube saying Filmic Pro is the way to go. Everyone that uses that is very, very happy. You do have to pay for that. It's $15 US, I think, or about 22 New Zealand dollars, so I may look at that. So that's basically it, guys. Hopefully this video is not too long, and hopefully I've covered off most of the points. So thanks again to Banggood for contacting me and sending me this this gimbal. Overall, I'm very impressed, and I definitely recommend it to you guys if you're looking for a gimbal. You know, so it's under $200 New Zealand, which is about £100, or American dollars. It's probably 120, 130 US dollars, something like that. Check out some of the other reviews as well online. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching. Check out the links below to where you can get one. And like I say, I think there is a discount on the link for the next week if you're interested. And yeah, no doubt we'll do some more videos anyway, but catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.